name is Jannalou, and today I'd like to explain you this move, which is called the halo. The halo you can do swinging both ways. So now I'm swinging it inwards, but you can also swing it outwards, and of course you can do it with your left hand as well as your right hand. If you can start the halo with your hand position like this or like this. In the beginning, I think it's easier to bring it from under, because then you just need to open your hand. If you make a circle, you will have extra momentum. So if you start first like this, it helps in the beginning to create a flow and momentum and energy. And then you just need to continue the move here. Of course, you can do the same move just starting here from standing still, but it's just easier when you bring it from a circle. Okay, when your arm is in this position, what is going to happen is that you're going to bring your whole arm forward and back. Try to keep your shoulder low and make sure that your arm is quite straight up and that your hand is in the same line as your arm. So the move comes from the whole arm. Okay, if you want to start with your hand up, you can, I'll show you now this way. You can pay attention to the thumb. I open my hand and it actually goes around the thumb, and then my hand comes in and you start the same move. Okay, I would like to do some troubleshooting with you of what I've learned from the students during the years. Sometimes we tend to keep our arm too much sideways. Here, for instance, and as you see, the hoop is now coming very low, so it's about to hit my head. So really see if you can keep your arm up. Also try to avoid it to be too much forward. So you don't actually really need to be able to see it, or if you really want to look at it, you can just look up. Another thing to be aware of is that you bring this move from your whole arm and including your back muscles, and you're not just flipping your hand front and back. Another thing is that you want to make sure you're not tilting your hand. A lot of people do this because they're actually afraid that the hoop will hit their thumb. If you're afraid of that, you can just bring your thumb by your hand. It works the same. Just make sure that your hand is not like this or like this. So those are the most important troubleshooting things I can think of right now. Of course, there's a chance that still when you're practicing, it will actually go off your hand and it will go here. In that case, you can just bring your hand by to pick it up. Even if you wouldn't look at it, the hoop will always be where your other arm is. So you can just slide by and picking it up instead of looking forward where it is and make it all complicated for yourself. You can just slide your arm by to try and pick it up. Another thing is helpful to actually turn. Of course, it looks nice, but it also helps to create the momentum. Of course, you can walk while doing the halo, but you need to make sure that your arm is keeping straight up, so you're not going like this. All right, so you can do this move also with two hands together. So the position will be like this. I like to start the halo with one hand. I feel like I can manipulate it better, but some people like to do the halo like this, and they're both fine. In the beginning, it can be useful to have the hoop on this level, so actually when it tends to fly off, which might happen a lot in the beginning, then you can still grab onto it. Later, it's nice if it actually moves up, so you can manipulate it better with your fingers, and it will probably feel more flowing. So if I bring it in, you can be like this, or you can be like this. But in any case, if you do 2 arms, you want them to be in this position. There's a lot of ways you can use the halo, and you'll be able to incorporate it in so many different moves. For instance, now I bring it on body, I bring it up body, and from here you can bring it anywhere you like. So it's such a useful move in almost anything you do. I will show you a few more combinations, and for now I wish you great practice. Thank you so much for watching.